All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Keon White.
Okay. Keon White.
Yes.
All right. Raise your right hand for me. Raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right. You can put your hand down. You're before the court on state of Georgia. Kezia Keon White for criminal trespass, case 2024 CR 05638. You're represented by attorney Taz Taylor with the law firm of Lister, Holt and Dennis. Miss White, I'm sorry, Mr. Taylor, what is your client plea to the offense before the court?
Ms. White is pleading guilty to the charge.
All right. So by entering a plea of guilty, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of the innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, confront witnesses. You give up the right to present evidence and testimony on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes.
All right. Factual basis recommendation, please.
On June 11, 2024, officers with the Atlanta Police Department were dispatched to the West Crossover in reference to a female walking in and out of the men's restroom. Officers made contact with the female at the men's restroom, identified her to be Miss White. During the course of the encounter, officers did determine that she had been issued a criminal trespass warning on March the 18th of 2024 for panhandling. This all occurred here in Clayton County. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve. 30 days she's to be credited with time served, and analysis to be suspended upon her not returning to the airport without legitimate business.
Saying you can't go back to the airport now because they're cracking down.
All right.
You can go, but otherwise you just can't go.
All right. So, Miss White, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for time served. Balance will be suspended as long as you do not go back to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport unless you have business at the airport on that day. Do you understand, ma'am?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. All right. Is there anything else for her, Mr. Taylor?
Okay. No, Your Honor, just accept the recommended sentence.
All right. Thank you. You can go back with the sheriff's office, Ms. White. Ms. Jones, raise your right hand for me. Solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
Sure.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court on 2024 CR 05597 for criminal trespass. You're represented with by attorney Chelsea Hahn of the law firm of Lister, Holt and Dennis. Ms. Hahn, what is your client plea to the offense before the court? Criminal trespass.
Oh, sorry, Your Honor. NOLO.
All right, by entering a plea of NOLO, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. Do you understand all of these things?
I understand.
All right, thank you. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On June 15, 2024, officers with the Atlanta Police Department observed a female with white t-shirt, black shorts, causing the scene in the atrium area of the airport, being loud and boisterous with other passengers. Officers made contact with the individual, identified her to be Miss Angel Jones, and did determine that she had previously been issued a criminal trespass warning. She was taken into custody from the scene. This all occurred here in Clayton County. State's recommendation is 12 months to serve 20 days. She's to be credited with time served as the balance is suspended upon not returning to the airport without legitimate business at the airport.
Ms. Jones, I'm going to accept your plea. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 20 days credit for time served, balance suspended as long as you do not go back to Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport without business on the date that you're at the airport, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, be careful, Miss Jones, and please don't go back to the airport, all right?
I will not return, but
Okay, thank you, ma'am. All right. Tiffany Monique Chambers, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true.
yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Chambers, you're before the court on two cases. The first case is 202, you can put your hand down. 2022 CR 01895 for open container. And you're represented by the law firm of Lister, Holt and Dennis. Ms. Chelsea Hahn is with you at the podium. The next case is on 2024 CR 05528, no license, driving on a suspended or revoked license and drug related objects. You're also represented by Ms. Hahn. Ms. Hahn, how does your client plead to the offenses on each of the two cases? First, open container.
Your Honor, I believe the state is going to null pros that case. And then for the case ending in 05528, she's going to plead nolo to count 2 and nolo to count 3.
All right. So by entering a plea of nolo to counts 2 and 3, Ms. Chambers, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On June 18, 2024, officers with the Clay County Police Department were on general patrol in the area of Highway 85 and Roberts Drive. Officer ran the tag of the vehicle, which returned that the owner of the vehicle license was suspended for failure to appear. Officers initiated a traffic stop on that vehicle, identified the driver to be Miss Tiffany Chambers. They did confirm that she was the registered owner of the vehicle and her license was in fact suspended as of May the 28th of 2024. During the course of the inventory search of the vehicle after Ms. Chambers was placed under arrest, the officers did locate a pipe in a bag inside of the vehicle, believed to be a drug-related object. This all occurred here in Clayton County. To counts 2 and counts 3, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 30 days. She'll be credited with time served, and those counts are to run concurrent with one another. Count 1 has been null pros.
How old are you, Ms. Chambers?
44 years old.
So all day, every day, no alcohol in the car, but you had an open container prior, and now you have a drug objects. I'm thinking that you might benefit from some AA or NA meetings.
Your Honor, if I may, just on the open container, there was she was a passenger and the other person was a driver. Their case was dismissed. So she wasn't driving the car on that day, but no comment on the drug objects.
All right. It wasn't negotiated in this case, Ms. Chambers, but if your life is not what you want it to be, and I know ending up in jail is not where you want to be, then you might want to take advantage of some free help with the AA or NA classes, not classes, but meetings. And the reason I push that so hard is because it's people who are going through what other people are going through. And so it's not somebody talking at you, it's somebody sharing their experiences and their best practices for how to have a better life. And the meetings are everywhere. All the time, and so you can find one where you're comfortable and see if we maybe can get things back on track. Okay. All right. You can go back to the sheriff's office. 12 months, 30 days credit for time served. As long as you have no new violations of the law, the case is suspended. And that'll run concurrent. Just think about it, Ms. Chambers.
Thank you.
All right.
For
Ashley Shante Mitchell, 2021 CR 05925 for no insurance. Raise your right hand for me. The other hand. That's okay. Happens all the time. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can put your hand down. So you're before the court for no insurance, case 2021 CR 05925. Mr. Taz Taylor is representing you from the law firm of Lister, Holt and Dennis. Mr. Taylor, what does your client plead to the offense of no insurance?
Your Honor, my client is pleading nolo contendere.
All right. By entering a plea of nolo, ma'am, you give up the right to have a trial. Do you understand all of these things, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, ma'am. On April 10th, 2021, officers for the Clayton County Sheriff's Department were doing traffic enforcement in the area of Riverdale Road and Forest Parkway. They encountered a vehicle, which they identified not having insurance per check of the tag. They initiated traffic stop, identified the driver of the vehicle, Miss Ashley Mitchell. During the course of the investigation, officers did confirm through Miss Mitchell that she didn't have valid insurance. This all occurred here in Clayton County. State's recommendation is $200 fine.
All right. So, Miss Mitchell, the fine is going to be $200 with the surcharges. That'll be $298. Did you need more than 30 days to pay that? I can give you up to 60 days.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'll give you 60 days in which to pay. What I'm going to ask you to do is, do you know how to use the chat function now? I'm going to need you to chat your email address to Miss Amanda Wright, R-Y-T-E.
Your Honor, in speaking with Ms. Mitchell,
Yes.
she may need longer than the typical 60 days, and we're asking for pay-only probation to allow Ms. Mitchell to have the time to pay that the fine and the associated fees.
Okay, is she able to do it in 90 days?
Ms. Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am. 90 days sounds better.
Okay, I'll do that. And then that way you don't have to be bothered with probation. So just go ahead and send Miss Wright your email address. And once you've done that, then you'll be free to go.